What is going on, everybody? I have a bit different of a video for you guys today. This is just something that I did in my classroom and I was super excited about it. My students were, hopefully, most of them were pretty excited about it. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it was just a lot of fun. But with distance learning, it's been kind of hard to make science like fun and like exciting, you know, because we don't have that hands-on aspect, and I wanted to give that to the students in some way. So we made a science kit and we all did elephant toothpaste together as a class. And so this is a recording that I took from one of my classes. It's pretty raw, uncut, like I just kind of, you know, recorded myself doing it. And obviously I didn't put my students' faces in it because I don't want to put them on blast like that. Yeah, it's just me, and you'll hear some of my students like talking, and you know, I try to bring student voice out so they like help me read and things like that. I obviously cut out certain things, just, you know, wait time and just to make it flow a little bit better. But otherwise, this is pretty much how the experiment went down. So I hope you guys enjoy this. It was a lot of fun for me, so I just wanted to share it with all of you. Most likely it will, Kevin. It probably will overflow. Yes. So make sure that you have something underneath it to hold it.
Objective. Student chemists will be able to conduct a chemical reaction and observe the changes in physical properties of the substances.
Beautiful reading. Thank you, sir. So, as Jesus said, we are going to be doing a chemical reaction, okay? And our goal with this is to observe. We're going to practice our observational skills as we see changes in physical properties, okay? So these things are going to change right before our eyes, and I want you guys to practice observing and describing what you're seeing, because that's what scientists do.
Or 1/4 cup of hydrogen peroxide solution, 1/8 cup of dishwashing soap, and a few drops of food coloring in a water bottle. Record your observations in the table below.
Beautiful reading. Thank you, Ariadne. So, what we are doing right now, I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and we can do this together, okay? So I am going to take this cup right here, an empty cup, and I'm going to take my hydrogen peroxide solution, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour about 1/4 cup into my glass. So I'm going to take my hydrogen peroxide and I'm going to pour about 1/4 cup, so about that much, into this cup right here, okay? That's our first step. So we're pouring hydrogen peroxide into this cup. Okay, once you have that ready, show me in your cameras. I see Ariadne is pouring it in. She's got it ready to go. That's a perfect amount, Ariadne. There you go. I see Marvin is pouring his in. Kevin has got his ready. Hold it up to the camera once you have it so I can see. Camila's got it. Perfect. Excellent, you guys. Okay, so we have our hydrogen peroxide. Now, we're going to add some dishwashing soap. So what I'm going to do is, my dishwashing soap has a pump, so I'm just going to put like 3 pumps or maybe 4 pumps into this cup right here. And then I'm going to kind of swirl it around like this, see? So I'm kind of swirling it around, dissolving the soap into the cup. Okay, so now the soap is kind of dissolved into the cup. And the last thing is optional. If you have food coloring, then you can add that as well. So I'm going to take my food coloring, I'm going to put a few drops into here like that, and then swirl that around. So that's going to make it turn blue. You can see I put blue food coloring in, and it immediately turned blue. So that is our first part, right? Let's look at our table now. This mixture of hydrogen peroxide, dishwashing soap, and food coloring, I want you to put your observations into this column right here. What do you see? What color is it? What phase is it in? What's the texture? How would you describe this? Just type all of those words into the chat. how would you describe this mixture? If you don't have it at home, you can look at mine. How would you describe this?
It was watery.
Watery, good. And you used one other word that starts with a C that I liked that you used.
And it was clear.
Clear, excellent. So Camila said hers was clear, it was green, it was watery. Those are excellent. Marvin, do you want to describe how you described it?
The color was like a light blue, and it was
Yep.
kind of foamy. It smells kind of good.
And smells kind of good. Okay, yeah, you guys can smell it. This isn't dangerous, so you can smell it. It smells kind of like, it smells like dishwashing soap, really. So it's a light blue, it's foamy, and it smells pretty good. Excellent descriptive words.
Mr. K, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. In a separate bottle, mix a quarter packet of active yeast with a little bit of warm water. Record your observations in the table below. This is Mr. Rama on the in the chat.
Excellent reading. Thank you, Kevin. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our second container or water bottle or whatever you're using, and we're going to put a little bit of water in it. I'm going to fill it about up to right here. Okay? So I'm going to go grab some water, and I want you to go grab some water to put into your second container, and then we'll come back.
Half of the packet
What was that?
is a quarter of the yeast, like half of the packet.
A quarter of a packet is half of a half.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll show you how much, but it's just, you basically just sprinkle it on a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to take my cup with water, and I'm going to take my yeast, and I'm going to just go like this, and I'm going to tap right there until I get some yeast in there. Do you guys see that? So I have some yeast now in my cup with the water, and it looks like this. And now I'm going to swirl it around like this. So I'm going to swirl it, and what do you guys notice when I swirl it? What is happening to the cup? Type it in the chat. Marvin says they aren't there. What happened to them? Where did they go? What did they do? What is that called when they become part of the water? Not quite. Not evaporate. A different word. There it is, Dayanara. What is it? Can you share it with the class?
It like dissolved.
Yes, exactly. So when it dissolves, it becomes basically mixed in with the water. Okay? So we can't see the little pieces of yeast anymore because they're now mixed in with the water.
Man, it looks like, it reminds me, when I see the yeast in the water, it reminds me of the water that they said it was like reddish type.
Yes, excellent connection, Jesus. I love that. It does kind of look like the reddish brown substance. Nice. Good connections. Look at you. Alright, so at this point you should have 2 containers with 2 different solutions. One is your hydrogen peroxide and dishwashing soap, and the other is your water and yeast. When you have these 2 solutions, type "I'm ready" in the chat.
Oh, you're all excited, mister.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. I hope you guys are excited. I definitely am.
Why is it brown? Why is the color brown? What is in the yeast?
What is in the yeast?
Yeah, or what is yeast?
So yeast is a microorganism. You guys remember learning about microorganisms in 6th grade with Miss Gordon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's ready here? Marvin's ready. Jesus is ready. Dayanara, Ariadne, Camila, Vanessa, Anthony. Marelli, no, don't be scared. It'll be fun, I promise, and it's safe. Don't worry. Kevin's ready. Marvin's ready. Sarah's ready. Yes, Kevin. Yeast is in pizza, so it is edible. Yes, it is edible. But I wouldn't recommend that you eat. I wouldn't recommend you eat this. Theoretically, you would be fine, but it would not taste very good. So,
Tastes like doo-doo.
probably don't eat that. Angie's ready. All right. No, Marelli, you're not going to die during this experiment. What we are going to do now, since everybody is ready, is we're going to take our hydrogen peroxide solution. We're going to put it in our tray. Okay, my tray is going to catch any overflow. And now I'm going to take my yeast and I'm going to pour it into the hydrogen peroxide solution. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. Here we go. I'm going to pour it in. Boom, like that. And now watch what happens. Observe closely. Look at what's happening. Oh my gosh, it's reacting. That's right. Great vocab word, Jesus. It's reacting. Look, it keeps going up and up and up. What's going to happen?
Oh my God, it's overflowing.
That's right.
It's like if I were to pour too much soda, now it's overflowing.
Yep, exactly. There it goes. So now it's overflowing. Those of you that don't have the experiment, you can use my video right now of this to describe what is happening. All right, so there is mine. You guys can do it as well in yours. I see Ariadne's adding hers in. Camila's adding hers in. Vanessa's got it going.
Now this is cool. I'm wondering.
A bunch of foam, like.
Yep, it's a bunch of foam, exactly.
Now, if you did this in a flask, this should go straight up.
Yeah, Kevin's got it. I see, Kevin, did yours overflow, Kevin? Yep. All right, so now your next question might be, Mister, can I touch the foam? And the answer is yes, you can. It is safe to touch and play with. Just don't get it all over your house. I don't want your parents getting mad at me, but you may touch the foam. It is completely safe. Yeah, you will feel a little bit of heat coming off of it because it just did an exothermic chemical reaction. It is like a volcano, Marvin, that's right. Yep. It's sticky. Okay, Kevin, that's a good descriptive word. You can put that into your observations. So what you guys are going to do now is record observations of the mixture. Once you mixed all of the things together, the hydrogen peroxide, dishwashing soap, and food coloring mixed with active yeast and warm water, what did you see? What happened? All of those things that you guys just typed in the chat are excellent observations that you can use.
Bro, now I have it in my fingers.
You can go wash your hands if you want. All right, I'm going to leave mine up here in the screen. For those of you that are watching from home, you guys can use mine as your example as you write down your description. No, Marelli, you're not going to die. Marelli, did you do it yet? Yeah? Okay, see? So it was fine. There was nothing to worry about. But don't worry, I would never have you guys do something that would put you at risk. Even though some of you like dangerous things for some reason. All right, so you can now record your observations in here, and when you are done with that, you can click on the exit ticket to answer that right there. While you guys are working on that, I did want to talk about something that Marvin asked. Marvin, do you want to ask your question so the whole class can hear it?
Yeah. My question was that what would you use to make it go up faster?
Okay, really good question. So Marvin asked, how could we make this reaction go faster? What would make it, like shoot out of the cup, for example? What would make it do that? So what we did today was we used something, I'll type it in the chat. It's called low concentration hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, it's 3% technically.
3%, exactly, Jesus. So if you wanted to make this go faster, Marvin, you would increase the concentration of hydrogen peroxide.
Oh.
So if you were to use a high concentration hydrogen peroxide, that would mean a much faster reaction because now there's a ton of hydrogen peroxide present and it can immediately react with the yeast. Okay?
Wait, will the purity of the hydrogen peroxide change anything?
What do you mean by purity? Do you mean the concentration of it?
Like if it's pretty, it's like if it's just hydrogen peroxide, nothing else. If it's really pure,
oh, if it's 100% concentration?
yeah.
Oh, so I don't believe they even make that, at least that you can buy commercially.
But if it was possible to, if they ever sold it in somewhere private, how fast would it be?
It would be insanely fast. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to buy a big flask, and I am going to look everywhere.
Well, so what I can tell you is Marvin wants to know where can I get a higher concentration one? You can get it from a hair salon usually. We'll have a higher concentration hydrogen peroxide. So
Sure, I believe I have some hydrogen peroxide in my bathroom, so I'm going to do it again.
yeah, absolutely. You can run it back, and I gave you guys a big packet of yeast, so you can use this multiple times. Okay, this is actually my 4th time running this experiment, and I've used the same packet of yeast for all 4 times because I only need a little bit.
Can we try to beat the world record of elephant toothpaste?
I don't know, the world record's pretty big. Have you guys seen that David Dobrik video where he had like the giant...
I don't think David Dobrik did it.
Mr. Also, the guy in Mr. Beast's YouTube video,
Yeah?
also broke the world record by filling up a house with
Mark Rober.
With elephant toothpaste? Oh my gosh, yeah, Mark Rober does some crazy stuff too, that's true. Bye. So just make sure you turn in your exit ticket and note catcher, and have a beautiful rest of your day. I'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye, Mr.
Bye. All right, that was so fun. What an adventure, wow. So that was the 4th time I've run this experiment now, and it's so much fun. Just like seeing the kids' faces light up and seeing them in their cameras, like pouring, mixing the chemical is super fun. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because this is the big project that we've been working on. I originally thought of this idea over winter break because last semester a lot of the kids were telling me like, you know, oh, mister, like I love science class, I love what we do, but I wish like we could do more experiments, you know? And I was thinking like, gosh, like how are we gonna do this with, you know, distance learning and all this stuff? And so then I thought of the idea, you know, what if I give them a science kit that they can take home and then they can actually do it? Because, you know, like, sure, it's cool to like watch me do an experiment or watch a video of somebody doing an experiment. We'd done that during class, but I wanted them to like get to actually do it with their own hands and see it with their own eyes. Yeah, then we designed the science kit. I budgeted it, ordered the stuff, and my assistant principal and my principal were super helpful and supportive in making this happen. So I'm just really excited. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I love to do this. This is the reason that I went into teaching, like, is to see the kids light up like this. So definitely has been a highlight of the year for sure. I have one more class period where I'm going to do this. Super excited for that. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to share it with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this. And yeah, thanks for watching.